Welcome to the Maturity Project. I am your host, Chad Everett Broshears. Today is about being handed a steamy pile of crap, right? We've all been there. I know you have. I know I have. We all have those situations where, you know what, life is not exactly going the way that you really want it to. Or a specific situation that you had hoped for a different outcome shows up and it's not what you thought it was going to be. Your job as an individual for your own life, because you yourself are responsible for your life, and if you don't take responsibility, you're going to get what everybody else gives you. And what everybody else gives you is wherever you fit in their system. And I promise you, you are not going to be the main star of the play. That's why it's up to you to make yourself the main star of the play. There's 8 areas of maturity. If you master and develop yourself in each one of those areas, you are going to be a massive force to be reckoned with. Or you will be subject to everybody else's established play. Well, you're always going to play in somebody else's life, but how much are you responsible for? So you're going to be given less than desirable situations. Why do we have these? Well, first off, I'll tell you this. Whatever you've conceived to be a preferable or desirable outcome is not going to turn out the way you want it to, but you're going to conceive it to be a specific way, and it's going to fit into the narrative that you believe life is supposed to go by. The operating system that you work on, right? We have people that say you're supposed to be optimistic, and typically those people are pessimistic. They're trying to overcome the pessimistic outcome, which is the undesirable potential. So you'll have that. You'll have people that are pessimistic, and they're going to start off or seem to start off with that, but actually they typically work in an optimistic framework, but they're just tired of being disappointed. So they say, I hope that this outcome is this, and likely it's not because life has shown me otherwise. It's really fascinating, but when you get down to the end of it, every gray cloud has a silver lining, or the dark clouds have silver linings. Look, you can play those games all you want. Doesn't matter. You're going to live your life the way you want to. It's okay. But if you don't learn to be a farmer, every time you get a bunch of crap, you're going to just figure out where to store the crap. Or if you're a farmer, you know that you're going to take that crap and you're going to go up to your fields and you're going to fertilize your crops. It's up to you. Now, when you look at it from the Maturity Project's perspective, there's 8 areas that you can use that crap in. You're going to take the crap that life gave you or the situation has given you, and you're going to say, you know what, based off of my goals, these areas are going to be the beneficiaries of this crap first, right? So, 8 areas. There's your physical. That's 1. There is your community. That's 2. There is your cognitive or your knowledge base. That's 3. You have your emotions. That's 4. You have your finance. That's 5. There's your business, or wherever your business maturity. That's 6. Your sexuality. That's 7. Or sexuality is the maturity aspect. That's 7. And purpose or spirituality. That's 8. The crap will be most beneficial to fertilize the soil of the area that shows up first for you. Can I tell you what it is right now in this video? No, that's up to you. I'm just giving you some stuff. It's a recipe. Let's make something that people want to consume, right? I'm working on it. I'm failing forward and failing up. But I will tell you this. Create your life for what you want it to be, and others will come. If it's in your dating life, which would be intimacy, and that is in community, and that's emotion, and that's sexuality. Those 3 major areas. Physical should be a part of that too, but the physical maturity also be your physical body, how well you take care of it, stuff like that, because that's an investment that your partner takes a part of. But most of us just say, hey, it's dating, and then we don't have the categories necessary to actually develop yourself there. We just say it's dating, and then you try to figure out in a feral way. You don't have to now. The Maturity Project's here. You can get a lot of this. Look, we're still growing. We're up to it. But If you don't understand these things, you have to figure it out. The problem is that we don't typically figure it out too well with having a lot of time or our resources associated with it. You don't need to associate so much of your resources to it whenever you get somebody to guide you. That's what we're up to. So, you take the crap. You just got dealt some really nasty, ugly things, right? You just got dealt and you were told something that you did not anticipate, right? You had a goal, you didn't know exactly what it's going to take in order to achieve it, but you thought you had a pretty good idea, and then you pull the curtain back and you realize, holy shit, there's a lot more to this particular goal than I thought there was. Okay, cool. This happens all the time, by the way. You get a job, you thought there was a certain way, and once you got the job, then you realize there's something else going on, and then you find out the politics of the company or the depth of requirements of that particular position or the way that they structured that position. And it doesn't match to what you believed it should be or from a previous experience exactly how you've experienced it prior. Right? Then you're like, what the this place is screwed up, or this place is wonderful and it's awesome. But most of the time, it's not the wonderful and awesome. Most of the time, it is this is screwed up. So you pull the curtain back, and a lot of the times you find out that it's like the Wizard of Oz. What the hell was going on behind the curtain? Because every time, the entire time, I thought it was something different. That's where the crap comes in, right? Because you're attached to the outcome being different than what you thought it was before the curtain came back, and the curtain came back because you got involved. The longer you think something's a certain way and you don't get involved, the more likely you are to just see it on the side that they want to project. Now, I worked in a car lot once as an example. I worked with Audi, actually, for 6 months. I love the cars. German engineering, fantastic. But I would say, I'm not a big fan of buying them, but it's a pretty good idea to lease them. But I'm also not a big fan of leasing. But then again, how often do you buy a new car? I'm more of an old school guy. Buy something, fix it, and keep it for a long time after it's paid off. But you could also fix it yourself. But modern cars don't really give you that convenience anymore because, hey, it's a business model. So, can't say that I'm the biggest fan, but I will tell you this. If you're going to be in that world, the Germans know how to make a hell of a vehicle. Come on, America. You can do better. Get your shit together because we used to make amazing cars. Anyway, worked in the I worked with Audi for 6 months. Prior to that, my only experience of going to a car lot was looking around, and then when I bought a vehicle, and then the negotiation process and the whole thing. And when I got a job there, I realized what was behind the curtain. A lot of smoke and mirrors, a lot of BS, but what I did also learn is that on their side, they're not just these swindling assholes. They're not trash. They're not horrible human beings. The customers are that too. When they go into the car lot, even when you give them direct, honest pricing, they're so conditioned to haggle and try to beat you down when you don't have room to go. And it really screws up the whole thing because it makes you believe from the customer side, I got a lot more I can do here and I think I can get a better deal. And then you have all these demographics that come in with a specific cultural value. Yes, that's real. Yes, it is very real. Yes, it's real. It's not because I'm some white straight guy sitting there at the car lot. No, I'm telling you because I come from I want to do the best for you as I can, but also not ruin the company so they can't be in business. Meet in the middle. That's where I come from. And I will tell you this. It's both sides. So, if you want to correct it, you got to do something about it. So, anyway, I worked in the car industry for 6 months. And I will tell you, every time I go to the car lot now, I know what I need to say. I know exactly how I need to say it. And I know how I need to interact with people to not make them feel bad for what they're doing and not be too much of a headache, but also get the best deal possible. And just put it out on the line, right then and there. I worked in the car industry for 6 months. I understand what's going on. I'm going to make this the easiest transaction possible, but I also need you to cut out the BS. I don't want a BS burger because I like real meat, right? I like real burgers. Don't give me a BS burger because I'm not into Bill Gates and what he fucking put out there so that you can have some sort of veggie burger and make yourself better when it makes you worse, right? I'm not into that. I want the real thing. So let's make the real thing right now. I learned that. You know, when I was in the car industry, pulled back the curtain. Hey, I know what's behind the curtain. From the finance officer to the general manager, the used car, new car, whatever. I got it. I worked with them. That is the industry standards. When you pull back the curtain, you know. You can either be disappointed, you can be upset, or you can figure out how to take that BS and you turn it into something that makes your life better. Maturity Project's all about that. So if you want something better, you want to create something awesome, stop effing around. Realize when you turn back and pull back the curtain, you're probably going to be disappointed. And then you have a new power. You have more opportunity and you have more functionality, because you could realize that what you've been envisioning and fantasizing this entire time is only fractional to the truth. Now you have more of it. Do something with it. Or you can sit back and be upset and then just be a consistent consumer of it. Okay? Some people like the BS burgers. There wouldn't be the Impossible Burger if that wasn't true. I just don't know a lot of people that like that crap, because it's crap. I ain't eating it. So, all right. That's it for the Maturity Project for today. I am your host, Chad Everett Broshears. Today is about, hey, look, let's wake up for a second. Let's smell it. It's crap. You know what? Crap belongs somewhere, just not on the dinner table. So let's do something with that. Put it out in the garden. Let's go out to the farm. Let's grow something great out of it. You know? All right, here's something that you should know, and if you don't know by now, but if you've been watching these videos, you will. Enroll the people that are closest to you in your life. If you do not enroll them, what happens is, share this video, by the way, enrollment, share this video with them, get them to understand you're up to something. Look, I could be the point that you guys are making fun of, because look, I'm not the best at this yet. I am failing forward and failing up, because I'm not going to give up. I am going to change my life, and I'm going to change as many people's lives in the time that I have available for the desirable. Maturity Project stands for that. Share this video with those people in your life, because I gotta tell you, if you're not sharing stuff with the people that are closest to you and you're just gonna run it and just see what happens and do it in secret, when you go through the stress, the change that you have decided to take on, you're going to experience stress. If you do not teach the people in your life that you're up to something, they're going to see you going through that stress. They're not going to know what you're up to, and they're going to try to bring you back to where you were before you made the changes, because that's where they knew that you had less stress. It's simple that way. Enroll them, and at least they don't try to be a crab on the bucket to bring you back, an empathy crab. Enroll them. At least they're not going to do that. And at least if nothing else, they can sit back and be like, I don't know how to help you here, but I'm here. You want to talk? I'm going to do what I can to help you. Instead of going, come on, man, stop being so hard on yourself. You don't need to go through all of this, and encourage you to quit. Share the video. Let's hear something from you guys. What's the BS sandwich that that people have been trying to deal you? And how can you take that piece of crap that you feel like you've just been dealt and turn it into something that's benefiting you for your future? You could put down the area out of the 8 that's where you have actually been addressing these things, and let's get to work, man. Put it out there in the community. Let people know you're up to it. I promise you, you start doing this, you're going to start hearing from the people in this community, and they're going to start asking for your insights. Or they may ask that you be a guest on this show so that we can talk with you and we can go through it. Or hey, you know what? Maybe I'm going to gain a lot out of it, and I'm going to ask you to help educate and inspire me into my next steps. So, all right, until next time, again, it's Chad Everett Broshears. This is the Maturity Project. For every failure we've had in the past is setting you up for opportunities to succeed in the future. Subscribe. No. Let's see it. Like the video, help me with the algorithm if you got something out of this. If I did earn a subscription, I love it. Thank you so much. We're in this together. Let's get up to something. Let's get up to it together. All right.